Ananda stood outside the cave in which Buddha stayed, contemplating his good fortune. After all, what better job could there possibly be for a man on a spiritual quest than to be serving the Buddha himself? Surely Ananda's own enlightenment was only a few steps down the road. What a glorious position. As Ananda was contemplating these happy thoughts, he saw a strange figure approaching from the distance. And as this figure came closer and closer, he realized that it was none other than Mara, the demon that the Buddha had defeated underneath the bo tree. Mara, what could Mara possibly be doing here? What did he want with the Buddha? This was terrible. After all, it was Ananda's job to keep the Buddha safe and well and happy so that he could share his teachings with the world. But somehow, Mara had the temerity to march right up to the door of the cave of the Buddha and demand to be let inside. Impossible, said Ananda. Such a thing could never be. You're Mara. You're the evil demon. You're the Buddha's enemy. I couldn't possibly let you in. Said Mara. Did the Buddha tell you he had enemies? Well, Ananda was stuck on that one. No, as a matter of fact, the Buddha had never suggested any such thing, that he would possibly have any enemies in this world or any other. And so, feeling sheepish, Ananda escorted Mara in to see the Buddha, on the ready to throw him out at the slightest provocation. But to his great bewilderment, when Buddha saw Mara, he greeted him as an old friend. Come in, and he sent Ananda off to make herb tea. Well, Ananda wasn't going to leave his master in such danger without keeping an eye on things, so rather than going to make the tea, he just listened out of sight and was very much surprised by what he heard. After greeting one another really as friends, Buddha said, "Now, what can I help you with today?" "Well," said Mara, "it's like this. I am tired of being a Mara. What with all of your teaching, the world is full of people who are preaching non-violence and non-duality and non-judgment and loving kindness, and it's just disgusting. There's hardly anything for me to do as a Mara here. My followers are leaving in droves, and I just don't know what to do with myself. I could just as well go and become a Buddha." Ananda was shocked and horrified to hear that. I mean, if Mara became Buddha, then might Buddha become a Mara, and then who would Ananda serve, and where would his path to enlightenment be then? And so he listened even more eagerly. "Well," said Buddha, "that is quite a test and a trial, but it's not so easy being a Buddha either. My followers twist my words around, and they build garish temples and have the followers come to bring sweet rice and oranges. They're only for their own consumption, and my message of non-attachment and loving kindness is being turned into something that can be bought and sold. It's simply not that great to be a Buddha either." And in a flash, the next step of enlightenment came to Ananda. That was non-judgment. That was non-attachment. That was non-violence. And so he took the next step on his spiritual journey, which was to go to the next room and make the herb tea.